Welcome back to your shadowing English speaking practice. Today, we will focus on common English idioms and natural phrases. Idioms help you sound more natural and more fluent. They are short expressions with deeper meanings. Do not worry if they feel unfamiliar at first. Just listen carefully and repeat with rhythm. Shadow my voice. Follow the stress and intonation. Speak clearly and calmly. Mistakes are part of learning. Confidence comes from repetition. Sit comfortably. Relax your shoulders. Take a slow breath in and breathe out. When you're ready, let's begin. Let's start with something simple. Let's start with something simple. Now you repeat. Sometimes I feel under the weather. Sometimes I feel under the weather. Now you repeat. When I feel under the weather, I rest. When I feel under the weather, I rest. Now you repeat. Under the weather means feeling slightly sick. Under the weather means feeling slightly sick. Next, let's talk about being busy. Next, let's talk about being busy. I have a lot on my plate today. I have a lot on my plate today. I have a lot on my plate means I am very busy. I have a lot on my plate means I am very busy. Sometimes plans change at the last minute. Sometimes plans change at the last minute. At the last minute means very late. At the last minute means very late. When I am nervous, I take a deep breath. When I am nervous, I take a deep breath. Then I remind myself to break the ice. Then I remind myself to break the ice. Break the ice means to start a conversation comfortably. Break the ice means to start a conversation comfortably. Small talk helps break the ice. Small talk helps break the ice. Sometimes I need to think outside the box. Sometimes I need to think outside the box. Thinking outside the box means thinking creatively. Thinking outside the box means thinking creatively. When something is very easy, I say it's a piece of cake. When something is very easy, I say it's a piece of cake. A piece of cake means very easy. A piece of cake means very easy. But not everything is a piece of cake. But not everything is a piece of cake. Sometimes I need to face the music. Sometimes I need to face the music. Face the music means accept responsibility. Face the music means accept responsibility. If I make a mistake, I own up to it. If I make a mistake, I own up to it. Own up means admit the truth. Own up means admit the truth. When I am very busy, time flies. When I am very busy, time flies. Time flies means time passes quickly. Time flies means time passes quickly. If I am uncertain, I play it by ear. If I am uncertain, I play it by ear. Play it by ear means decide as I go. Play it by ear means decide as I go. Sometimes I need to get something off my chest. Sometimes I need to get something off my chest. Get something off my chest means express my feelings. Get something off my chest means express my feelings. When I am tired, I call it a day. When I am tired, I call it a day. Call it a day means stop working. Call it a day means stop for now. If something is surprising, it comes out of the blue. If something is surprising, it comes out of the blue. Out of the blue means unexpectedly. Out of the blue means unexpectedly. When I am very happy, I feel on top of the world. When I am very happy, I feel on top of the world. On top of the world means extremely happy. On top of the world means extremely happy. If something is difficult, I don't give up. If something is difficult, I don't give up. Instead, I take it one step at a time. Instead, I take it one step at a time. One step at a time means slowly and steadily. One step at a time means slowly and steadily. When I succeed, it pays off. When I succeed, it pays off. Pays off means the effort was worth it. Pays off means the effort was worth it. Learning idioms takes time. Learning idioms takes time. But practice makes perfect. But practice makes perfect. The more I practice, the more natural I sound. The more I practice, the more natural I sound. Little by little, I improve. Little by little, I improve. Little by little means gradually. Little by little means gradually. I stay patient with myself. I stay patient with myself. I trust the process. I trust the process. And I keep going. And I keep going. Now, we will continue building fluency with common idioms and phrases. These expressions are used in everyday conversations. They help you sound more natural and more confident. Remember, you do not need to understand everything perfectly right away. Just listen, repeat, follow the rhythm, focus on stress and intonation, speak clearly and calmly. Let's continue. Let's warm up with a simple phrase. Let's warm up with a simple phrase. Now you repeat. Sometimes I feel burned out. Sometimes I feel burned out. Now you repeat. Burned out means extremely tired or exhausted. Burned out means extremely tired or exhausted. Now you repeat. When I feel burned out, I slow down. When I feel burned out, I slow down. I remind myself not to push too hard. I remind myself not to push too hard. Sometimes I need to clear my head. Sometimes I need to clear my head. Clear my head means relax and think calmly. Clear my head means relax and think calmly. When I make a small mistake, it's not the end of the world. When I make a small mistake, it's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world means not a big disaster. Not the end of the world means not a big disaster. If something makes me nervous, I face it head on. If something makes me nervous, I face it head on. Face it head on means deal with it directly. Face it head on means deal with it directly. Sometimes I need to step out of my comfort zone. Sometimes I need to step out of my comfort zone. Step out of my comfort zone means try something new. Step out of my comfort zone means try something new. When I try something new, I give it my best shot. When I try something new, I give it my best shot. Give it my best shot means try as hard as I can. Give it my best shot means try as hard as I can. If something goes wrong, I don't panic. If something goes wrong, I don't panic. I keep my cool. I keep my cool. Keep my cool means stay calm. Keep my cool means stay calm. When I have too many options, I weigh the pros and cons. When I have too many options, I weigh the pros and cons. Weigh the pros and cons means consider advantages and disadvantages. Weigh the pros and cons means consider advantages and disadvantages. Sometimes I need to trust my gut. Sometimes I need to trust my gut. Trust my gut means trust my instinct. Trust my gut means trust my instinct. If I am unsure, I take a rain check. If I am unsure, I take a rain check. Take a rain check means postpone for later. Take a rain check means postpone for later. When something surprises me, it catches me off guard. When something surprises me, it catches me off guard. Catch me off guard means surprise me unexpectedly. Catch me off guard means surprise me unexpectedly. If I feel overwhelmed, I slow things down. If I feel overwhelmed, I slow things down. I take a step back. I take a step back. Take a step back means pause and look at the situation calmly. Take a step back means pause and look at the situation calmly. When I start something new, I hit the ground running. When I start something new, I hit the ground running. Hit the ground running means start quickly and energetically. Hit the ground running means start quickly and energetically. If progress is slow, I remind myself that slow and steady wins the race. If progress is slow, I remind myself that slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race means consistency brings success. Slow and steady wins the race means consistency brings success. When I solve a problem, I feel proud. When I solve a problem, I feel proud. It feels like a weight off my shoulders. It feels like a weight off my shoulders. A weight off my shoulders means relief. A weight off my shoulders means relief. If something is difficult, I hang in there. If something is difficult, I hang in there. Hang in there means do not give up. Hang in there means do not give up. At the end of the day, I reflect on what I learned. At the end of the day, I reflect on what I learned. At the end of the day means finally or overall. At the end of the day means finally or overall. I remind myself that every experience teaches me something. I remind myself that every experience teaches me something. Little by little, I improve. Little by little, I improve. And that makes all the difference. And that makes all the difference. Now, we'll focus on idioms and phrases related to work and success. These expressions are common in professional and everyday conversations. They will help you sound more natural and more confident. Remember, fluency grows step by step. You don't need to rush. Listen carefully. Repeat clearly. Follow the rhythm of natural speech. If something feels difficult, stay calm. Your progress is happening quietly. Let's continue. Let's begin with a simple expression. Let's begin with a simple expression. Now you repeat. I want to get the ball rolling. I want to get the ball rolling. Now you repeat. Get the ball rolling means start something. Get the ball rolling means start something. Now you repeat. In the morning, I dive right in. In the morning, I dive right in. Dive right in means start immediately. Dive right in means start immediately. When I begin a new project, I go the extra mile. When I begin a new project, I go the extra mile. Go the extra mile means make extra effort. Go the extra mile means make extra effort. Sometimes I need to think on my feet. Sometimes I need to think on my feet. Think on my feet means respond quickly. Think on my feet means respond quickly. If a task is difficult, I roll up my sleeves. If a task is difficult, I roll up my sleeves. Roll up my sleeves means prepare to work hard. Roll up my sleeves means prepare to work hard. When opportunities appear, I grab them. When opportunities appear, I grab them. I don't let chances slip through my fingers. I don't let chances slip through my fingers. Slip through my fingers means lose an opportunity. Slip through my fingers means lose an opportunity. If something doesn't work, I go back to the drawing board. If something doesn't work, I go back to the drawing board. Go back to the drawing board means start again with a new plan. Go back to the drawing board means start again with a new plan. Sometimes progress feels slow. Sometimes progress feels slow, but I remind myself to stay on track. But I remind myself to stay on track. Stay on track means continue moving toward the goal. Stay on track means continue moving toward the goal. When challenges appear, I step up. When challenges appear, I step up. Step up means take responsibility. Step up means take responsibility. If I succeed, I celebrate small wins. If I succeed, I celebrate small wins. Small wins build momentum. Small wins build momentum. Momentum keeps me moving forward. Momentum keeps me moving forward. When work piles up, I prioritize. When work piles up, I prioritize. I don't bite off more than I can chew. I don't bite off more than I can chew. Bite off more than I can chew means take on too much. Bite off more than I can chew means take on too much. If something is uncertain, I weigh my options. If something is uncertain, I weigh my options. Weigh my options means carefully consider choices. Weigh my options means carefully consider choices. Sometimes I need to meet a tight deadline. Sometimes I need to meet a tight deadline. A tight deadline means very little time. A tight deadline means very little time. Under pressure, I stay focused. Under pressure, I stay focused. Pressure can bring out the best in me. Pressure can bring out the best in me. If I make progress, I keep the momentum going. If I make progress, I keep the momentum going. Keep the momentum going means continue improving. Keep the momentum going means continue improving. When a project succeeds, it pays off. When a project succeeds, it pays off. Pays off means the effort was worth it. Pays off means the effort was worth it. Sometimes success doesn't happen overnight. Sometimes success doesn't happen overnight. Overnight means immediately. Overnight means immediately. Success takes time and consistency. Success takes time and consistency. I stay committed. I stay committed. I trust the process. I trust the process. And little by little, things fall into place. And little by little, things fall into place. Fall into place means things begin to work out naturally. Fall into place means things begin to work out naturally. Now, we'll focus on idioms and phrases about feelings and emotions. These expressions are very common in daily conversations. They help you describe emotions in a natural way. Remember, you don't need to memorize everything. Just listen, repeat, follow the rhythm, speak clearly and calmly. Let your voice stay relaxed. Let's continue. Let's start with a simple expression. Let's start with a simple expression. Now you repeat. Sometimes I feel on edge. Sometimes I feel on edge. Now you repeat. On edge means slightly nervous or anxious. On edge means slightly nervous or anxious. Now you repeat. When I feel stressed, I try to calm down. When I feel stressed, I try to calm down. I take a deep breath to clear the air. I take a deep breath to clear the air. Clear the air means remove tension. Clear the air means remove tension. When something good happens, I light up. When something good happens, I light up. Light up means suddenly look happy. Light up means suddenly look happy. Sometimes I feel butterflies in my stomach. Sometimes I feel butterflies in my stomach. Butterflies in my stomach means nervous excitement. Butterflies in my stomach means nervous excitement. If I am extremely happy, I am over the moon. If I am extremely happy, I am over the moon. Over the moon means very excited or joyful. Over the moon means very excited or joyful. When I feel disappointed, my heart sinks. When I feel disappointed, my heart sinks. My heart sinks means I suddenly feel sad. My heart sinks means I suddenly feel sad. If I am confused, I feel lost. If I am confused, I feel lost. Sometimes I need time to gather my thoughts. Sometimes I need time to gather my thoughts. Gather my thoughts means organize my ideas calmly. Gather my thoughts means organize my ideas calmly. When I am angry, I try not to lose my temper. When I am angry, I try not to lose my temper. Lose my temper means become very angry. Lose my temper means become very angry. Instead, I cool off. Instead, I cool off. Cool off means calm down after anger. Cool off means calm down after anger. If something surprises me, I am taken aback. If something surprises me, I am taken aback. Taken aback means surprised or shocked. Taken aback means surprised or shocked. When I feel proud, my chest swells. When I feel proud, my chest swells. My chest swells means I feel strong pride. My chest swells means I feel strong pride. Sometimes I feel under pressure. Sometimes I feel under pressure. Under pressure means feeling stressed. Under pressure means feeling stressed. If I am embarrassed, my face turns red. If I am embarrassed, my face turns red. Face turns red means visibly embarrassed. Face turns red means visibly embarrassed. When I receive good news, I breathe a sigh of relief. When I receive good news, I breathe a sigh of relief. A sigh of relief means feeling relaxed after worry. A sigh of relief means feeling relaxed after worry. If I feel uncertain, I am torn between two choices. If I feel uncertain, I am torn between two choices. Torn between means unable to decide. Torn between means unable to decide. When something touches me emotionally, it warms my heart. When something touches me emotionally, it warms my heart. Warms my heart means makes me feel happy and emotional. Warms my heart means makes me feel happy and emotional. If I feel confident, I hold my head high. If I feel confident, I hold my head high. Hold my head high means show confidence. Hold my head high means show confidence. Sometimes I need to let things go. Sometimes I need to let things go. Let things go means stop holding on to negative feelings. Let things go means stop holding on to negative feelings. At the end of the day, emotions come and go. At the end of the day, emotions come and go. I remind myself to stay balanced. I remind myself to stay balanced. Little by little, I understand myself better. Little by little, I understand myself better. And that brings peace of mind. And that brings peace of mind. Peace of mind means calm and mental comfort. Peace of mind means calm and mental comfort. Now, we'll focus on idioms and phrases about money and life decisions. These expressions are very common in daily and professional conversations. They help you sound practical, confident, and natural. Remember, fluency grows through repetition. You don't need to rush. Listen carefully. Repeat clearly. Follow the rhythm of natural English. If a phrase feels new, stay relaxed. Confidence builds step by step. Let's continue. Let's begin with a simple expression. Let's begin with a simple expression. Now you repeat. I try not to spend money like it grows on trees. I try not to spend money like it grows on trees. Now you repeat. Money doesn't grow on trees means money is limited. Money doesn't grow on trees means money is limited. Now you repeat. Before buying something expensive, I think it over. Before buying something expensive, I think it over. Think it over means consider carefully. Think it over means consider carefully. Sometimes I am on a tight budget. Sometimes I am on a tight budget. On a tight budget means having limited money. On a tight budget means having limited money. When I save regularly, it adds up. When I save regularly, it adds up. Adds up means gradually increases. Adds up means gradually increases. If a deal sounds too good to be true, it probably is. If a deal sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Too good to be true means unlikely to be real. Too good to be true means unlikely to be real. Sometimes I need to cut back on expenses. Sometimes I need to cut back on expenses. Cut back means reduce spending. Cut back means reduce spending. When I invest time or money wisely, it pays off. When I invest time or money wisely, it pays off. Pays off means gives good results. Pays off means gives good results. If I hesitate too long, I might miss the boat. If I hesitate too long, I might miss the boat. Miss the boat means lose an opportunity. Miss the boat means lose an opportunity. Sometimes I need to weigh my options carefully. Sometimes I need to weigh my options carefully. Weigh my options means compare choices. Weigh my options means compare choices. If I am unsure, I sleep on it. If I am unsure, I sleep on it. Sleep on it means decide later after thinking. Sleep on it means decide later after thinking. When I finally decide, I stick to my guns. When I finally decide, I stick to my guns. Stick to my guns means maintain my decision. Stick to my guns means maintain my decision. If something is risky, I don't jump the gun. If something is risky, I don't jump the gun. Jump the gun means act too quickly. Jump the gun means act too quickly. Sometimes I play it safe. Sometimes I play it safe. Play it safe means avoid unnecessary risk. Play it safe means avoid unnecessary risk. If I take a risk, I know I'm stepping into the unknown. If I take a risk, I know I'm stepping into the unknown. Stepping into the unknown means entering uncertainty. Stepping into the unknown means entering uncertainty. When money is tight, I make ends meet. When money is tight, I make ends meet. Make ends meet means manage expenses successfully. Make ends meet means manage expenses successfully. If something costs an arm and a leg, I avoid it. If something costs an arm and a leg, I avoid it. Costs an arm and a leg means very expensive. Costs an arm and a leg means very expensive. Sometimes I look for a bargain. Sometimes I look for a bargain. A bargain means something at a good price. A bargain means something at a good price. When I make a smart choice, I feel confident. When I make a smart choice, I feel confident. I trust my judgment. I trust my judgment. If things go wrong, I learn from experience. If things go wrong, I learn from experience. Every decision teaches me something. Every decision teaches me something. Little by little, I become wiser. Little by little, I become wiser. And that gives me peace of mind. And that gives me peace of mind. Peace of mind means calm and confidence. Peace of mind means calm and confidence. Now, we'll focus on idioms and phrases about relationships and communication. These expressions are common in daily conversations. They help you sound more natural and emotionally aware. Remember, fluency develops gradually. There is no need to rush. Listen carefully. Repeat clearly. Follow the rhythm and stress. If something feels unfamiliar, stay relaxed. Confidence grows with repetition. Let's continue. Let's begin with a simple phrase. Let's begin with a simple phrase. Now you repeat. We get along very well. We get along very well. Now you repeat. Get along means have a good relationship. Get along means have a good relationship. Now you repeat. It's important to see eye to eye. It's important to see eye to eye. See eye to eye means agree with someone. See eye to eye means agree with someone. Sometimes we don't see eye to eye. Sometimes we don't see eye to eye, but we talk it through calmly. But we talk it through calmly. Talk it through means discuss carefully. Talk it through means discuss carefully. If there is tension, we clear the air. If there is tension, we clear the air. Clear the air means remove negative feelings. Clear the air means remove negative feelings. When someone supports me, it means a lot. When someone supports me, it means a lot. Their kindness goes a long way. Their kindness goes a long way. Goes a long way means has a strong positive effect. Goes a long way means has a strong positive effect. If I make a mistake, I apologize sincerely. If I make a mistake, I apologize sincerely. I don't hold a grudge. I don't hold a grudge. Hold a grudge means keep anger for a long time. Hold a grudge means keep anger for a long time. Sometimes we need to meet halfway. Sometimes we need to meet halfway. Meet halfway means compromise. Meet halfway means compromise. If someone needs help, I lend a hand. If someone needs help, I lend a hand. Lend a hand means help someone. Lend a hand means help someone. When someone is upset, I try to cheer them up. When someone is upset, I try to cheer them up. Cheer someone up means make them feel better. Cheer someone up means make them feel better. Good communication keeps us on the same page. Good communication keeps us on the same page. On the same page means share the same understanding. On the same page means share the same understanding. If there is confusion, we sort it out. If there is confusion, we sort it out. Sort it out means solve a problem. Sort it out means solve a problem. Sometimes we need to speak from the heart. Sometimes we need to speak from the heart. Speak from the heart means speak honestly and emotionally. Speak from the heart means speak honestly and emotionally. Trust builds over time. Trust builds over time. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen overnight. Overnight means immediately. Overnight means immediately. Strong relationships stand the test of time. Strong relationships stand the test of time. Stand the test of time means last a long time. Stand the test of time means last a long time. If we disagree, we stay respectful. If we disagree, we stay respectful. Respect goes both ways. Respect goes both ways. At the end of the day, communication matters most. At the end of the day, communication matters most. We listen carefully. We listen carefully. We speak honestly. We speak honestly. And we grow together. And we grow together. You've completed today's idiom practice about relationships and communication. Take a moment to notice your voice. Notice your calm rhythm. Notice your clarity. These expressions help you connect with people naturally. The more you practice them, the more confident you become. Fluency is built through repetition. Confidence grows through consistency. You practiced steadily, you spoke clearly, you improved. For today, this is enough. Relax your shoulders. Rest your voice. Let the language settle gently. Thank you for practicing with me. This is Past Perfect English, and I'll see you in the next session.